Young Master Kevin, it seems that you don't understand the situation with Beverly Hills.
Martin Henderson laughed bitterly and said,
Actually, I want to develop my Beverly Hills more than anyone else. After all, I have borrowed the power of my community to make it to this point, and it would not be an exaggeration to say that the people are supporting me. However, Beverly Hills is too big, and real estate is still risky. Even after 10 years of relying on the strength of my entire Henderson family, I still haven't managed to develop more than a quarter of it. So, for the remaining 3/4, I would not even dare to think about it.
Kevin smiled but did not say anything. From Martin's words, he could tell that Martin Henderson also wanted to develop Beverly Hills, but he was alone and did not have such a big appetite. President Martin, what if you include me? Martin Henderson didn't have such a big appetite, but he does. Or perhaps the Bennett family behind him could do it. Kevin also brought up his real goal. To develop Beverly Hills was only one aspect. More importantly, Kevin Bennett wanted to use this opportunity to test the bottom line of the Bennett family. Beverly Hills was an excellent opportunity. $10 billion wasn't much to the Bennett family, but it wasn't a small amount. He wanted to see how much this Bennett family was willing to pay for him. Martin Henderson's expression changed. He did not expect Kevin to be so bold, daring to touch the bottomless pit called Beverly Hills when he just arrived. Martin naturally did not know about the subtle relationship between Kevin Bennett and the Bennett family. If he knew that Kevin Bennett invested in Beverly Hills and did not even think about earning money, he would probably cry.
Young Master Kevin, if you are truly willing to invest, then this matter will be completed.
Martin Henderson's face lit up as he quickly replied. Developing Beverly Hills was not only a matter of funding, but also a matter of technology, resources, and many other things. However, if Kevin Bennett were to join, then many of the problems would be easily solved. After all, the people standing behind Kevin Bennett were the Bennett family. With the Bennett family, forget about a single Beverly Hills. Even if there were 10 of them, they would probably still be able to take it down. This was because those big shots not only represented wealth, but also power. Looking at Martin Henderson's moved expression, Bob Pierce was calm on the surface, but his heart was full of bitterness. He wanted to shout to Martin Henderson,
Kevin is setting a trap. You better not jump in.
However, he did not dare to say that because Harvey Bennett had warned him before. No matter what, he could not let anyone else know about the true relationship between Kevin Bennett and the Bennett family. Kevin Bennett also saw this point, so he was confident. Bob Pierce smiled bitterly. Last night, he had made Kevin Bennett suffer a loss with the help of his $5 million operation fee. This morning, Kevin Bennett set a trap for him. A trap worth nearly $50 billion. This was the warning Kevin Bennett gave him. Bob Pierce's expression became more complicated. He suddenly felt that he couldn't see through this abandoned young master in front of him. Then do you mind cooperating with me? Kevin asked with a smile like an old fox.
Ha! It is my honor to work with young Master Kevin.
Before this, he had been thinking about how he could establish a relationship with Kevin, and how he could hug Bennett family's thighs. Unexpectedly, in the blink of an eye, Kevin Bennett threw him an olive branch. How could Martin Henderson refuse?
I hope that we can cooperate happily.
Kevin squinted his eyes and stretched out his hand with a smile. Two big hands tightly gripped onto each other. The largest investment project in the history of Los Angeles County was born. No one knew that this investment project was only Kevin Bennett's first step against the Bennett family. Bob Pierce, who was at the side, couldn't help but to sigh and secretly feel sorry for his patriarch. As for the details of the cooperation, it was naturally Bob Pierce's responsibility. As the one in charge, Kevin Bennett only needed to fix the general direction. Thus, after the Henderson family finished eating, Kevin quickly went down the hill. He wanted to pick Claire Wright up from work, as it had already become Kevin's habit. After Kevin left, Martin narrowed his eyes and said to his men,
Joe, go investigate this Kevin Bennett. I want to know all his information. Remember, you must conduct an investigation secretly. Don't let him find out.
Yes, Master Martin. Joe respectfully nodded and left. A serious expression flashed across Martin Henderson's face. Since he was able to change from a ruffian into a richest man in the city, it was natural that he was a scheming person. From the first moment Martin Henderson saw Kevin Bennett, he realized that Kevin was not simple. He was not the arrogant and conceited young master that he had met before. On the contrary, the young Bennett was very smart, acting like he had no logic. But in fact, he was very calculating. It even made Martin Henderson feel like he was dealing with a tiger. Therefore, Martin Henderson naturally had to investigate what kind of person Kevin was.
Phil, go to the garage. Take out the car I carried a few days ago and give it to young Master Kevin.
Martin Henderson instructed again. He was very clear that for people like Kevin Bennett, the face was more important than anything. The security guard under his hand had not only destroyed an electric scooter, but he had also destroyed Kevin Bennett's face. Therefore, even though Kevin Bennett had indicated that he would not pursue the matter, Martin Henderson was still a bit worried. He wanted to please Kevin by giving him a luxurious car, so the matter regarding Ronan Jenkins could be completely resolved. Thinking of this, Martin Henderson could not help but feel his heartache. If that idiot, Ronan Jenkins, didn't kick out Kevin Bennett's electric scooter, then he wouldn't need to give Kevin Bennett his $20 million super luxurious sports car as an apology. The only person in the world who traded an electric scooter for a luxurious sports car was probably Kevin Bennett. Martin Henderson even had the heart to kill Ronan Jenkins now. Kevin did not know that Martin had been thinking so much after he left. If Kevin Bennett knew about this, he would be grinning from ear to ear. Martin Henderson was too cautious. U.S. Bank Tower was the tallest building in Sacramento City, and it was also the headquarters of Wright Family Company. It was noon. Claire Wright was standing at the entrance of the building. She had looked at the entrance of the company several times, but still didn't see Kevin. Usually, Kevin was very punctual. As long as she left work, he would stand by the door unmoving, waiting to pick her up. Why was it late today?
Isn't this our great beauty, right? Are you waiting for Kevin to come to ride his electric scooter to pick you up?
A sinister voice sounded from behind. Claire Wright frowned. She didn't need to turn around to know that the person behind her was her cousin. Claire didn't say anything. She had a bad relationship with her since she was young. When she grew up, Taylor Wright had repeatedly caused trouble for her. Taylor Wright wore a red bohemian dress, with delicate makeup on her face. Although her face could be considered pretty, it was still inferior to Claire Wright. Seeing Claire ignore her, Taylor did not get angry. Instead, she sighed. I feel that fate is a bit strange at times. When we were young, you were the prettiest girl in our Wright family, and grandfather said that in the future, you would marry a rich family boy wearing a blue tuxedo and become the happiest girl in our Wright family. You didn't let Grandpa down. You did marry a man wearing a blue outfit, but unfortunately, it's not a tuxedo. It's his work outfit and he's a delivery boy.
Hey all, Kevin here. Can't wait for you to watch my story, The Billionaire Bastard. Season 1 is now streaming on the Pocket FM Universe YouTube channel. To watch the next episode, tap here, and to watch the full season, click on the playlist.